everyone, welcome back to the channel Pharma Focus. So this video is going to be regarding the ethical and legal considerations that are followed while conducting a follow-up in PV. So this is the continuation to the previous videos in which we discussed about what is a follow-up, what is the purpose of follow-up, and what are the methods of follow-up. So as you can see on my screen, there are just 3 lines where I'm going to give you a kind of detail in this. So yeah, so when performing follow-ups for ICSRs, there has to be a balance between the data completeness and also the ethical responsibility and legal compliance. So the first point, which is respect confidentiality in data protection laws, example GDPR in the European Union. So what this confidentiality is, you need to handle every information that is related to the patient or the reporter with utmost confidentiality, and any kind of sensitive identifiers, if there are any like name, address, ID number, email, or anything, that should not be disclosed or shared unnecessarily. So if we talk about the data protection laws, that is the GDPR in European Union, then this is general data protection regulation. That is, in any cases, any personal data which is processed for the purposes, it must be collected, but only for the safety reporting. It has to be stored securely, and it should be solely based on PV or regulatory reporting, and not for any kind of marketing or unrelated purposes. And then again we have next point, which is do not pressure reporters. Professional and non-intrusive communication should be there. So follow-up that should aim to clarify and complete the details that are missing, and not to interrogate any kind of thing from the reporter. And also they should feel respected and supported. uh, if you're asking any kind of repetitive or aggressive questions, aggressive requests during the follow-up, then this will discourage the future reporting as well. And also it is not a good thing to do. Then the communication tone, it should be empathetic, courteous, and it should be medically focused. Then we have maintained anonymity when legally required. So in some cases, during the spontaneous reporting systems, it allows anonymous submissions. So there are some reporters or patients who prefer anonymity, and so in such cases, the organization, they must respect that wish. So report can still be considered valid in such cases if we have the minimum criteria for an ICSR. And then we have various global regulatory compliances, which I talked about earlier, which is the European Union or the EMA. We have GDPR, which is General Data Protection Regulation. Then for FDA, we have HIPAA. And if I talk about MHRA and Health Canada, then they stress on the ethical conduct during the follow-up, and that the need for the consent is there to contact the patients. And another thing is you have to be transparent, and there is a purpose limitation. So you need to explain the reporter why the follow-up information is requested. So example, you need to make them understand that to better understand the safety of this medication, this follow-up is important. And in any kind of information should not be used for any self benefit. Then every follow-up that is done, every follow-up attempt that is done, it must be documented in the safety database or the tracking system. So usually the date is very important, the method by which you contacted, the contact person, like whom you contacted. There can be several reporters to a single case, and then what was the outcome of that follow-up, which is necessary. So this ensures that there is a traceability, and it demonstrates the regulatory compliance during any kind of audits or inspections as well. And then you have to, while conducting a follow-up, you need to avoid the conflict of interest, which is if a particular staff is conducting a follow-up, then they must not have any kind of financial or promotional interest in the products. They should not be doing that. And the another factor that is important is the cultural and the language sensitivity, which is if you are contacting the patients or the reporters globally, so you need to consider the language barriers or any cultural context if there is any, and you need to use clear and respectful follow-up forms or any scripts if you are following. So that's all for the ethical and the legal considerations. This is something which has more of a detailed things in it, but this is a brief overview of what ethically and legally is to be considered while conducting a follow-up in drug safety. So I hope you guys liked the video. This was a short one. So do subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Keep learning, and I will be posting more videos in the coming days. So thank you.